All right. Good morning, y'all. We ready to get them started. WHGE 95.3 FM. Coming up, the open eye. I know I'm late, y'all. Don't worry about it. All right. Yaga! Yo, what's up? 95.3 FM. I'm in the studio early today. I'm early. Yo, thanks for tuning in and get ready for a good show. Hey, yo, Pat, we just get your phone up. Right here, bro. Ready to rock and roll. What's good? Hello, Mr. Gibbs, audience. This is your boy, Nsoromma. Thanks for tuning in to the Open Eye Radio Show where you getting the real info. For real. You dig? Yaga! What's good? I'm inviting a couple people on my side. All right. You know, they say they support, but they catch us late. They ain't getting up early. Like, they pull all-nighters, out to breakfast and stuff like that. So I don't hold grudges. Y'all see this? Y'all see this when y'all see it? Man, look. Yup, we backity back. Yo, what's good? Holla at me. Talk to us. We about to get popping right now. Any questions y'all want answered? You know, anything y'all want to tell us? We ain't presidents. We want to know what's going on with everything and all your opinions. So don't be fronting. Hit us up. Good morning, my children of the sun. Welcome to the Open Eye on WHGE 95.3 FM. Yaga! I'm Patrice Gibbs, your third eye optometrist, joined by my partner in consciousness, Nsoromma. Good morning, brother. Yaga, what's good? It's all good. It's all good. What's good? Turn your mic up there. Get your mic up there. That's where it's all good. Hello, world. What's happening? Yeah, we might be a little late, but we always on time. That's where. And look, let me tell you something. I do not forget. I ain't forgot what y'all did. What they did? Oh, hell no, I ain't forgot. What they do, homie? Oh, we ain't forgot about this terrorist. Oh, man. Yeah, this white supremacist Peyton Gendron on Saturday, May 10th, 2022. He shot 13 people, killing 10 at a Tops grocery store in Buffalo, New York. I ain't forgot. I ain't gonna let y'all forget. I'll be damned if I'm gonna let it go. Nah, and he ain't dead or he ain't got the needle or nothing yet. Nothing yet. Yo, now that's superior racist right there. Mm-hmm. And the people that got killed have not forgotten about you either. Roberta A. Drury, 32, Buffalo. Bless you. Marcus D. Morrison,
52 of Buffalo.
Bless it.
Andre McNeil, 53 of Albany, New York.
Bless it.
Aaron Salter, 55 of Lockport, New York.
Bless it.
Geraldine Talley, 62 of Buffalo.
Bless it.
Celestine Cheney, 65 of Buffalo.
Bless it.
Hayward Patterson, 67 of Buffalo.
Bless it.
Catherine Macy, 72 of Buffalo.
Bless it.
Pearl Young, 77 of Buffalo.
Bless it.
And Mama Ruth Whitfield, 86 of Buffalo.
Bless it, Mommy. And blessings to all the families. And we send our prayers out.
Racists and bigots and cowards. That's what it is. A taxpayer-funded street gang.
Yes,
Don't get that mixed. That's exactly what it is. A taxpayer-funded street gang.
I couldn't believe they patted him on the back when he came out and hugged him.
Patted him on the back.
And asked him, did he want a juice? You want a cheesesteak? I mean, they was treating him like he is at the Ritz Hotel.
You know? Man, can you believe that?
Yes.
Did you know?
I
And
cannot.
just what? Yesterday.
Uh-huh.
I forgot to bring the story, but
What?
y'all look it up.
What happened yesterday?
Teenage black boy, he's a child.
Right.
Don't try to man him up because he was a child. Unarmed, hands up, and the police shot him in the back.
Now you see what I mean? This is why I get so upset.
Damn right.
I get really upset from stuff like that. You know?
Yeah.
You couldn't shoot the guy that just killed 10 people, but you gonna shoot an unarmed man.
Yeah, on child.
Right, a child. I mean, that's just crazy to me. And people that think that's okay, you're crazy too.
You got that right.
You know, that's stupid.
Yes, it is. That's just ridiculous, man.
See, when it's their kids that start happening too, maybe they'll change. You know.
Yeah, that's what it is. Now, as we always do,
Eye for an eye.
that, as we always do, you know, as a rule, we start you off with some history. Before I do that, I'm going to hit you with this disclaimer. All right.
The views and opinions expressed on Open Eye are those of the hosts, guests, and contributors, and do not reflect the policy or position of WHGE 95.3 FM nor our sponsor, the Delaware Center for Homeless Vets. Any content provided by Open Eye's hosts, guests, or contributors are theirs and are not intended to malign any religion, ethnic group, company, or individual.
WHGE 95.3 FM,
Yeah.
Open Eye. I'm Patrice Gibbs.
Nsoromma.
All right, all right.
Yeah.
Y'all heard of Candace Owens?
Yes, actually, I have heard of Candace.
Yeah, Negro P and Dead
Woo,
Witch.
beep. Yeah, I had every time I say that name, I gotta get ready for my beat.
No,
You know?
because she has no business being named Candace. Okay? Maybe her parents had no idea how this big wench was going to turn out. You know?
They
but
probably did and trained her to be like that.
Yeah.
Because her parents white or black.
They black.
Mixed with what are they?
they black. Oh, I don't think she's allowed at the barbecue no more with the
she
mesh.
ain't- she ain't allowed to
Oh,
do it.
no. And the reason I say
Mm-hmm.
that, like I said, we start off with our history. Queen Amana-Ranis.
Amana-Ranis?
Yes. Okay. She was Queen of Kush, Nubia. All right. Now her line of queens, the line of queens that she came from, were known as Candace. That's why I say Candace Owens don't deserve that name.
Right.
Okay. Let me tell you about Queen Amana-Ranis. Okay. At the death of her husband, Emperor, watch my pronunciation here, Emperor Tarakakitas, who died in battle, face-to-face Africa, taking the throne in the kingdom of Kush, Queen Amana-Ranis will go on to become one of the most well-known female rulers of the ancient world. She was the most famous candidate out of the 4 female queens who ruled. Candidate referring to Candace.
Right.
Amana-Ranis was known as the queen with one eye, since in her fierce military determination led her to lose an eye in battle. All right? That's when a ruler actually led their army. In addition to her known war tactics, she goes on to negotiate a treaty with the most powerful male ruler of the white world at that time, Augustus Caesar. Now, during her rule, the Roman Empire was expanded and conquering various territories, such as Britain and Cleopatra's Egypt. And let me tell you about their expansion. I want to give a little side note here about their expansion in Britain. Okay. Oh, there was a Roman emperor who sent his troops up into Britain. Okay, conquered Britain, built a wall, and named Britain, part of the Roman Empire. That emperor was black. I'm going to give you some history on that next time.
Okay.
The Romans quickly started pushing the south borders of Egypt into Kush, threatening the Nubians. Amanirenas led various attacks with thousands of soldiers in the Roman territory and dethroned statues of Emperor Augustus Caesar. To show her distaste and disrespect, she chopped the head off of the statue and buried it under the entranceway of her palace so everyone could walk over her in it. She understood psychological warfare. This act is not only ironic, but is also a slap in the face to Augustus Caesar. Like I said, she understood psychological warfare. Since the Nubians would have to walk over the mighty emperor's head walking in the Kush. If that isn't enough to prove her unique comedic tendencies, Amanirenas is believed to have fed her captives to her pet lion. So when she caught some of these Romans, she was like, you know what? I got something for you. Yeah. Come here, Leo. You hungry? Yeah. Years passed of constant conflict between Kush and the Roman Empire, which finally led to Candide Amanirenas sitting down at the negotiation table with Augustus Caesar himself. A treaty was signed which led the Kushites to be free from Roman rule for over 300 years. Okay? See, what it was about was the Romans demanded that the Nubians pay taxes to Rome because they were such badasses.
Right.
Okay? Queen Candace said, oh, the hell with that. That's not going to happen, and you're not that badass. Okay? As a matter of fact, what she did was she sent 1,000 gold arrows to Augustus Caesar and said, consider this a gift if you remain peaceful with us and stay out of our land.
Right.
Okay? Consider it a warning if you think you bad enough to come over here. Okay? I just showed you 1,000 golden arrows. Okay? From our expert archers.
Right.
I got 10,000 golden arrows that I'm going to light your ass up with. You come over here if you want to. That's right. That's right. Amanirenas' courage and bravery should inspire us not only to work harder in every aspect of life, but not accept weakness in our role for being free. Even though history tends to focus on women being oppressed, Queen Candide Amanirenas demonstrated that this is not always the case. Dove and I, WHGE 95.3 FM. Yeah, I like that.
I like that.
All right. Now, the day is the 18th. Okay. Tomorrow is the actual date. The 19th of Juneteenth. Before I get to that, let me.
I think that's my dad's birthday. Happy birthday, Dad.
All right. Happy birthday, Dad.
Tomorrow?
I
think I heard it's falling on Father's Day too. That's crazy.
Jeez Louise, you know. Look, and I think I got this from Sister Tracy Johnson. What's going on with the prices and what have you? Gas $5 a gallon.
Gas is $7 a gallon.
Jeez Louise, that's almost as much as minimum wage.
I mean, that's crazy.
To buy a gallon of gas is not working out.
This is how America works.
Mm-hmm.
Remember them stimulus checks they gave out? They getting that back in gas prices.
Ain't they?
They getting it back in food. All the prices that's going, they getting their money back. They did not give you that money.
No.
So now it's actually you paying quadruple what they gave you. You know, if you do the math, I mean, if you drive every day, that's $100 a week, easy now.
That's word. Yeah.
And a regular 4-cylinder.
Yeah. Now, you know, people like ourselves,
Right.
Nsoromma and myself, you know, we are able to survive this because of the salaries that we are able to bring in. But I don't care how much money I make. I will never act like paying $2,000 for a 1-bedroom apartment is normal.
That's not.
No. I will not act like $7 for gas is okay just because I can't afford it. And I actually can't. That's just too damn much. That's how BS becomes normalized.
Right.
People get complacent and just accept it as the new normal instead of being angry. And then you run around talking about, oh, Trump was better and Biden's this and Biden's that and what have you.
They all setting the country on destruction.
That's what they doing.
I mean, it don't matter who get in the position. They all have the same agenda that comes across their desk. The same paperwork is going to come across the desk regardless. You know, and that's where America, the people has got messed up. We believe in them something. We believe in them.
Oh yeah.
You know, and that's where the mental warfare begins. With the belief that we believe that they're gonna change some of the things they've done, and over the last 400-500 years they've done nothing but the same thing. I mean,
that's word.
That's crazy.
Which brings me around to this quote from Malcolm.
Oh, that's my man.
I heard that. If you're not careful, the media will have you hating the people who are being oppressed,
right,
and loving the people who are doing the oppression.
And now, how true is that?
That, man, if you ain't caught on...
He actually saw that coming before this new computer age came into effect. Can you imagine how much...
50 years ago.
Right, how much future was in his brain to say some of the things that him and Martin was saying back then. They had foresight of the future.
Yes.
That's incredible.
No, and they understood media.
Right.
Okay? Because what Malcolm did, even before Martin, Malcolm understood sound bites. Okay?
Right.
So Malcolm, if they ran up on Malcolm about some issue and stuck a mic in his face,
right,
and a camera in his grill, right? Malcolm was ready for it.
Right. He'll go in on some real.
On some real.
You couldn't bamboozle him.
Oh, hell no. You know? Because like I said, Malcolm would make some comments that were so strong.
Right.
Within 3 minutes. Malcolm could say something in 3 minutes that would mess up your whole agenda that you set for 10 years.
Right.
That's how sharp he was on the media. Okay? And that's why you listen to the open eye. Because you understand that we must control the propaganda in our community.
Most definitely the narrative.
Most definitely the narrative.
Yeah.
That's where Dr. Clark said, to control the people, you must first control what they think about themselves and how they regard their history and culture. Okay. When their oppressor makes them ashamed of their culture and history, he needs no prison walls and their chains to imprison them. What do we say on the beginning of the open eye? We do this because the chains of oppression on our people's minds are deep and difficult to remove. Okay, we've been being indoctrinated for over 400 years. Okay, we've had some semblance of freedom for about 50 years. And you think that indoctrination is just going to come off? That boom, all of a sudden the physical chains have been removed and now the mental chains are no longer there? Don't be foolish.
I mean, the mental chains is the one that lasts the longest.
That's right.
And that's why they try to invoke it.
Yeah.
You know, so much.
So don't be fooled. If Caucasians were truly superior, they wouldn't have to hide so many truths, perpetuate so many lies, and work so hard to handicap those who may consider inferior. See, the thing is, they know we're not inferior.
Right.
Okay?
So they got to deceive us.
That's what. Now, where we come from, what is our makeup? We're stardust. That's what our makeup is. That melanin in us is part of the whole universe. Okay?
Did you know that melanin in us has a lot of things that it does?
Yes.
It really does.
It really does. It really does. It affects our psyche. All right, our spirituality. Because when you grasp onto your true spirituality and get away from Christianity, Islam, and Judaism, which are nothing but male chauvinist murder cults. Okay? And you wake up. You know, a quote from Dick Gregory. Dick Gregory said, the really hard thing is when the universe chooses you.
Right.
And then you put on the magic glasses. But the thing about that is, there's rules with this. Okay? When you put on the magic glasses, you start seeing the world for how it is and not how it's supposed to be. You start seeing the reality there.
Yeah. Did you ever see that movie They Live?
No.
Yeah, They Live. Well, it was a movie I was a long time ago. Same scenario.
Mm-hmm.
The government had these glasses that they was trying to take from everybody because when you put these glasses on, you could see the real alien that was among us. And the government took and tried to collect all these glasses so they can burn them up. But the dude that played the dead presidents that took his leg off, I can't think of his name. He was the main character in the movie. And when he put the you know what's so crazy? It was a white guy that put the glasses on first. And the white guy was like, oh my God, look, trying to show the brother, right? And the brother, you know, we always don't want to get the information. You know, we always deny it. Oh man, I don't care about that. You know, and that's what he was doing. And he found that they fought. He actually had to fight the black guy.
You get him to see.
To put the glasses on. And that's the way it is in America right now. You know?
Well, it brings me back to Dick Gregory's quote. Like I said, there's room to these things. You put the glasses on and you see the world for what it is. But here's another rule that Dick Gregory said about these glasses. You can't take them off. Once you put them on, you can never take them off.
No, that's like knowledge.
That's right.
Once you get the knowledge, once you accumulate the knowledge, no one can take that away from you.
That's word. And here's another thing. All right? Another rule that he stated. You can't force anyone else to wear the glasses.
And that's where our problem lies. We want to get out of this situation, but we don't do all the things that we need to do to get out of the situation, like put the glasses on.
Right.
You know,
that's right.
And that's what keep us crushed, man. And
you know,
the open eye telling you to put the glasses on.
Put the glasses on.
Put them glasses on, yo.
That's what it is.
So
we can't force you to do it.
Right. We ain't. It ain't our job to beat you up and force you.
We can give you the glasses.
Yeah.
If you put them on, it's up to you. But remember, once you put them glasses on,
you can't take them off.
You can't take them off.
You'll see it for what it really is.
Yeah.
You know?
You know? Some people that put the glasses on, for instance.
Okay.
Colonel Gaddafi.
Oh, most definitely. He put the glasses on.
Oh, yeah. And he wrote in his famous Green Book, the black race will rise and conquer the world. He is the only Arab leader who came public and apologized for the contributions of Arabs in the enslavement of blacks, even though he was never part of it. Gaddafi knew the real history, that blacks are gods. That long before slavery, all races and people of the earth worshiped black dynasties. The world was ruled by black kings and queens. Gaddafi knew that one day blacks will unite and organize themselves and claim their place in the world. And this is what they fear.
But they can't stop that because they do so much stuff to black people right now that black people all over the world, brown and black, is really seeing how it is. And after a while, you're going to put their foot down.
Yeah.
And they trying to do everything to not let you put your foot down. Disarming you, trying to take the guns away from you. I mean, messing with the universal Constitution and amendments. You know, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, you know. Now, like you said, you know, we rule the world. And I said earlier about our makeup.
Right.
Okay. And I tell you, with the spirituality, you know, that a lot of us are moving to, and we're seeing things for what they are.
Right.
All right. We're realizing that there are people amongst us, okay, that are not star children. All right? And I don't care how much proof, how much science they come up with, they could not actually historically pinpoint where the hell they are from. There's some kind of mutation or something. I don't know. You know? And this is why for nearly 200 years, white scholars have removed black people from Egypt, or tried to. They have tried to remove Egypt from Africa and Africa from world history. They have always taught that Egypt is in the Near East, the Middle East, the Mediterranean, or even the Fertile Crescent. Okay? They have never informed the world that Egypt is and always has been on the continent of Africa.
Africa.
And I've had some brainwashed black people ask me, have you ever been to Africa? Oh yeah, I've been to Egypt. No. I mean, have you ever been to Africa? Egypt's not in that. Where the hell you learn geography at?
I mean, just like Brother Slaughter said, us. He is like, their whole makeup is of lies. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And we are the real melanated people that really can hear and feel the voices of our ancestors and the Creator. And that's what they don't understand, and that's what they don't like. I mean, that's where their prejudice come in. That's why they hate us so bad. They hate us because of the connection and the melanin that we got that, you know, they couldn't understand.
You know, while white publishers controlled everything written and taught about Africa, and often published books stating that the ancient Egyptians were white, and they still got people pushing this propaganda, and people believe in this. I had a black historian tell me there is no proof that black people founded Egypt. Brother, I lived in Egypt. Alright? I saw the monuments. I saw the carvings on the walls of the monuments and temples in Egypt. And these people were all black.
I mean, if you put anything in the sun, it'll cook.
Yeah. That's right. So, you know what, isn't that something? So, what you would have us believe is that these white people from Europe, okay, who cannot stand exposure to the sun, came to Egypt in one of the hottest parts of Africa, because it's hot as hell over there, all right? But our people have melanin protecting us from the sun, okay? And built the pyramids, and then went back to Europe, where it's dirty and nasty, and didn't build up a damn thing. So you have us believe this.
Right, logic, don't nothing beat logic once you start talking. If it's not logically possible, you're lying.
Yeah. You know? Now, many of them argue that even if the ancient Egyptians were black Africans, modern African Americans who lay claim to Egyptian civilization are not akin to them because their ancestors were West Africans. See, this reflects the lack of knowledge about African history.
Right.
Virtually all West African people trace their ancestry to the northeast and ultimately to the Nile Valley. Okay, a number of black scholars have revealed evidence of the ancient migratory trail from the Nile across the continent to West Africa and the Atlantic Ocean. Therefore, modern African Americans do indeed have a direct link to ancient Egyptian people. Why do you think we have such a attraction to ancient Egypt? Because it's us. The migrations show you that when the Arabs and the Romans invaded Egypt, after Egypt had weakened after thousands of years, when they came in, Egypt was already in decline. So it was a little easier for them to walk in and take over, okay? Because Egypt had already declined. And if they had came 200 years earlier, the Egyptians would have ran their ass up out of there.
But they had already been invaded.
Yeah.
And who's controlling it now is the invaders' descendants. And that's what's going on now. All the descendants of the invaders is trying to control them now.
Have you ever heard of Americology?
Americology?
Yeah.
No.
How about Russianology?
Nah, that's Russian knowledge.
Yeah.
What is it?
How about?
They sound like words that came out my slang dictionary. Did I?
Yeah, I heard that. How about German knowledge?
Terminology? Nah,
Yeah,
I
you never
mean,
heard that.
anytime you got knowledge on the end of it, it's supposed to be educational or informational, right?
Right.
Okay.
Except Egyptology.
Right. Egyptology is science.
Egyptology is information control. It's not actually a science.
Oh, okay.
Okay. With Egyptology, which was created by the Vatican.
Okay.
Okay.
The Vatican been stealing everything.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
anyway, I ain't even gonna go there, but
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, you're right. Right? What Egyptology actually is a information control apparatus.
Okay.
Okay, to keep black people from knowing and understanding their history, and not only black people but the world at large. Okay?
Information control apparatus.
That's
You hear
what
it?
it is. That's all it is.
Yo.
You know? And that's why we understand that most white people and Arabs have great difficulty imagining black Africans to have laid the foundation of civilization. Okay, look, here's the thing. The world has actually been reset at least 5 times. Okay? Solomon, who actually never existed, but is quoted as saying there is nothing new under the sun.
I believe that.
Yeah? And that's a quote that probably comes from the ancient Nubians.
Oh, okay.
That there is nothing new under the sun. Because you look at some of the monuments in ancient Egypt, and you find things that were not actually discovered by the Western world for thousands of years later. For instance, the light bulb. How did they light up those monuments when they built them and went inside and then painted the walls?
They use everything natural. They use the sun and they reflected mirror through the situation, through the room or whatever. The sun was very powerful for them.
Yes, it was. And they understood energy.
Right. They understood the planet, the way the planet can help you. You don't need nothing. So they just started deceptionizing us, man.
Yeah, that's right.
Poor
And what you
deception.
said was about the sun.
Yeah.
Okay. What you said was very significant because they understood 10,000 years ago in ancient Egypt. They understood solar energy.
Yeah.
And they used solar energy.
Yeah.
Okay. They lit. Look. You know, it's something when black historians speak about ancient Egypt and ancient Nubia and ancient Kush and what have you.
Right.
They are accused of describing a paradise, a utopia that they feel never existed. Well, it did exist, and it was a utopia because remember, ancient Egypt went 3,000 years without war. 3,000 years. That gives you time to build up your arts, your music, your sciences, and what have you. Because you're not at war to protect your empire. Okay? And what they actually did, the rulers of Nubia, Kush, and Egypt, okay, when they went and approached someone outside of their society who was African, they did not commit war on them and violence on them. They said, look, check out what we're doing and how we build things up. Come on and join our family. Okay? That's what they would do. All right? Yes, you would find it hard to believe that such a utopia existed if you came from somewhere where it was cold and dirty and you threw your fecal waste out the door because you didn't have no damn windows and you didn't even know about shoes. So yes, you would think that it was utopia.
Right.
All right. This is when black men rule the world. Understand that. Oh, we understand that white people and Arabs have a great difficulty imagining black people laid the foundation for civilization. But I have no regret that the racist propaganda has narrowed their worldview. Because my mission is to expand the worldview and the understanding of our people.
And you skipping back to the Vatican, the Pope and all of that. The Pope just the other day had a black baby and ended up kissing the black baby feet and worshiping the black baby. But they won't really show that. They won't really put that in the media on Fox News because Fox is one of the most racist, news information. Whereas you're not going to get the real media.
Oh, no.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why you have to do your own research and listen to the Open Eye Radio Show so that you can be directed to go get some information that can help you and benefit you and give you some more knowledge to be more well-rounded about yourself. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Knowledge itself is first.
Yes.
Then nobody can tell you what to do. And you'll know where you came from and you'll know what was going on to get you to this point where they are so racist towards you. You'll understand it, you know?
And their fear.
Right.
You know, like I said, we're celebrating Juneteenth Monday.
Right.
The 20th is actually...
Why it's on the 20th?
Oh, because, you know, it's become a federal holiday. And whenever they have a, you know, federal holiday, you know, some people, you know, need a 3-day weekend and what have you.
Okay.
Okay, now, most people don't even know about Juneteenth, but they are more than happy to take a day off. Okay?
And some people don't even like Juneteenth,
Right.
but when they shouldn't like Independence Day because it wasn't no free people on Independence Day. They were still vicious on that day, but you wanna praise it?
Okay.
That's America.
Well, after the Civil War ended in April of 1865, most slaves in Texas were still unaware of their freedom. Okay. Now this began to change when Union troops arrived in Galveston, Texas, under Major General Gordon Granger, who is the commanding officer of the District of Texas from his headquarters in Austin, in Texas. And he read the General Order Number 3 on June 19th, 1865, 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation. The order stated the people of Texas are informed that in accordance with proclamation from the Executive of the United States, all slaves are free. The thing is, the white slave owners knew about the Emancipation Proclamation, that they weren't going to tell the slaves, and they just want to go ahead and keep them enslaved.
Right, and let them keep working until they find out.
Yeah.
That's why information is key. That's why they hide it in the books.
Right.
That's why they forced us and dared any other of their people to teach us how to read.
Right.
You know?
Yes, indeed.
Information is power.
Information is power.
And that's what they didn't want us to get, but
No.
now it's a different world.
Yep.
They got the cell phone. You're one of the smartest people in the world right now. Just ask your phone what it is you want to know.
That's right.
And it'll give you some information today.
You walk around with a handheld computer with all the information in the world.
How can you have any questions that can be answered or find some type of information on it?
Right.
You have this device.
Right, in your hand. You know?
I was
now,
wondering,
here's the thing.
I'm not to cut you off, but I was wondering, right? Like, being as though they got these phones and these devices that is helping us as black people learn more, you think they're going to ban phones for black people?
Well, here's what they do. let me tell you something.
Black people can't have iPhones; they only can have Obama phones.
Yeah, Well, here's what they do. Okay, for instance, take TikTok.
Right.
All right. You have a lot of creators on TikTok who are talking about our condition, our society, our history, and what have you. So what whites do when a black person posts one of these, you know, make one of these posts and what have you, is they crowd or they mass report these as being a harassment or bullying or anything, you know, that will make TikTok say, okay, we got to take this video down. So anytime you have information highway where you can get some information out, know that whites are going to fight against this tooth and nail to keep you from receiving that
I think that's terrible, man.
Yeah, it is. It is. And this is why you get things like what's going on with Juneteenth. Okay, what was it? A month ago, or maybe a couple of weeks ago, Walmart came out with some Juneteenth ice cream. Okay? See, what's going on is this is why a lot of us weren't really enthused that the government, you know, made Juneteenth a national holiday, a federal holiday. Because we knew the exploitation was coming. Because we had experience from Dr. King. Remember, on Dr. King's birthday, You got a Starbucks, living the dream. But Starbucks will call the cops on your ass if you black and come sit in there.
Right.
But they're living the dream.
I mean, they always take, and deception is the main key from them. Thanks, Brother Slaughter. Deception is the main key.
Right.
So if they keep us in deception, all points of the day, all points of the year, and you're gonna just be deceptionized.
That's what you're gonna do.
I'm gonna put that in the dictionary.
That's a good idea. Right? And like I said now, not only are they exploiting it because they're always looking to make money off of us.
Right.
All right. I'm sorry to inform you, but Black America, you are white America's biggest whore. They pimp you out like a big dog.
That's not a lie, bro.
That's not a lie, you know. So what are they doing? Okay, you got a white dude out here trying to trademark or copyright the word Juneteenth so only white people can make money off of it. And this is to celebrate your freedom.
Right. But see, this is deception in that.
Okay.
And that's what lies. But I don't blame them because it hasn't been a black person to think of that.
No.
You know?
No.
We have to start thinking. You know what I'm saying? So they can't do this. Start protecting ourselves in ways to protect our black culture and our black community. I mean, you have a Italian community, Chinese community, white community, Irish community. I mean,
and then you have the hood.
Then you have the hood. They took the neighbor off the hood, so it ain't even a neighborhood no more. They got us so bad we don't even like our neighbor. I hate her. And back in the day, we used to knock on the door, Miss Flamme, you got some sugar? Come on, I need some sugar. You know, we can't even do that no more.
No.
They'd rather see their brother and their sister hungry.
Yeah.
I don't
Get off my porch. I
don't get that. That's crazy to me.
It is.
From how we were brought up to the kids now that only think about self.
Yeah.
You know, and that's terrible.
You know, and it's something I seen a brother say that, he's trying to change that by speaking to brothers and sisters when he walked down the street.
And they don't even speak back.
Instead of mean mouthing and, give them the hard grill look they would have.
But that's what they're programmed to do.
That's
now,
what they're programmed to do.
They don't do that with white people walk down the street.
Yeah.
They'll speak to the white person.
Oh yeah.
But their programming is just out of whack right now.
Because if another black person come off too friendly to me, I wonder what they're trying to scam me for.
Right.
And that's the mindset, unfortunately.
That's terrible.
It is. It really is, And like I said, we see this going on in our communities all the time.
Right.
It makes people like Nsoromma and myself miss the old days where, we weren't so soft. For instance, when I had a 10-speed bike, when I was a teenager, brakes was electric. I didn't have no helmet and I didn't have no knee pads.
No.
And
I used to
the best way I
my
could.
foot. I used to stick it in the tire. Remember that? In the back of the tire.
I had a special pair of sneakers.
You had the tire print in your sneak. You got to hide your sneak from your mom and
that she'd have paid $12, $15 for.
Steel wheel skates. They don't.
We drink water out the water holes because we couldn't keep running in and out of the house because you had to stay in the house if you came in too many times.
That's right. I mean, it's just all out chaos right now. Even all the way down to the 5-year-old baby being outside in the neighborhood selling crack on the corner.
Ain't that crazy?
I'm 5 years old. They know how to push a pack. You know what I'm saying? But we have to get that together. They are not going to come in from out their white neighborhoods and help us get our neighborhood together.
No, they're not.
So we have to do that ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And it starts with you.
It starts with you. And so what I say to you concerning Juneteenth, I'm not going to say have a happy Juneteenth. I'm going to tell you to have a thoughtful Juneteenth.
And a safe Juneteenth.
And a safe one. That's where WHGE 95.3 FM. All right. Now, I'm going to go back and give you some more history.
Give it up.
All right. And I want to thank Rafael Cadaris.
Thank you, Rafael Cadaris.
For pointing this out to us.
All right, what's up?
Right? And it's about the U.S. imperialism in Latin America and the Caribbean. There is no country that has been a bigger beneficiary of the Haitian Revolution than the United States. If you don't know about the Haitian Revolution, I'm not going to put you down, but I'm going to tell you, look up 1804 and understand the Haitian Revolution.
Look it up.
All right? Because you know what happened to Louisiana?
What?
Okay. Napoleon, all right, which, you know, Haiti won their freedom from France. It was a French colony. Napoleon sent 25,000 troops to New Orleans before he came to Haiti. All right? New Orleans and the Louisiana territory were French owned in America. Okay? The plan was he would send some of the troops to Haiti and leave some of them in New Orleans. And after he beat up the Africans, which was his plan, he would bring those troops back to the U.S.
Right.
All right? And, you know, look, he had 25,000 troops. That was bigger at the time than the whole U.S. Army. France could have came over there and kicked their ass. But the troops that he sent to Haiti, the Haitians annihilated them. Okay? So he had to send the rest of the troops that he had in New Orleans over to Haiti, and they kicked their ass too.
That's right.
Yeah. Yep. So what happened was, now, you know, it cost France a lot of money and this, that, and the other. You know, and France had planned to take their troops and take over North America and make the Yankees their colony. But that was stopped because Haiti basically saved the United States from France by kicking their ass. Okay? And so what France did, because the Haitians broke them, they sold the Louisiana territory to the United States for about 8 cents an acre.
Wow.
Okay? And it doubled the size of the United States. Haiti literally protected the United States from French invasion. And what did the U.S. do in return? Well, let's fast forward in history a little bit. Did you know that the U.S. Marines invaded Haiti in 1915 and went straight to the Haitian National Bank and stole all of its gold reserves and took it to Citibank in New York City? Damn, that's gangster. You sent your whole army down to Haiti and stole all that goddamn money.
That's gangster.
That's gangster.
Yeah, and America is still being a gangster. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
You
Let
know
me
that
tell
I
you.
stutter in Joe.
You know, I tell you what. Don't think it was just Republicans, because it was Republicans and Democrats.
It's all over the same coin. You flipping the same quarter in the air.
Same
So,
coin.
I mean,
Speaking of which,
what?
remember when the Haitian migrants came into Texas and they chased them out on horseback with whips?
Yeah.
The U.S. Border Patrol they made a coin commemorating that. What a racist bastards you are. Good gracious alive.
They made a coin what with the
With the horse, yeah,
with
with
the guy
the
whipping with the
yeah, whipping the Haitian. You some dirty, sorry ass
See,
people.
we as black people,
Yeah.
as black people shouldn't put up with that.
No, we should not.
accept that.
Hell no.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
That's where our fight begins.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we never stand up to the person and
No.
the cause of it.
Mhm.
You know, once we go directly to the cause and they see that they can get hurt too, because these are people that lives in their mansions and they got security 45 hours a day, and you know, they're not worried about the people coming and running up on them. You know what I'm saying? So they make moves and decisions however they feel like it.
That's
because they
right.
don't got no consequences.
Let me get back to this. I want to get it in before we go here, right? Do you know where the term Banana Republic comes from? Okay, it's not just a clothing brand. I know y'all heard of that. It's not just a clothing. This is the term from the early 1900s that was given to the brutal and corrupt puppet regimes of the U.S. installed in Central America, so that companies like United Fruit, which is now Chiquita Banana, that same bastards, could super exploit and reap profits from people's blood, sweat, and tears.
Wow.
Between 1903 and 1925, in a period known as the Banana Wars, the U.S. invaded Honduras 7 times. Oh, but that was such a long time ago. The U.S. and Latin America have become compadres, right? Okay, let's fast forward from World War II to the present. In 1954, after a popular nationalist leader in Guatemala tried to redistribute some of the United Fruits companies on used land, it wasn't their land.
Wow.
The CIA had him overthrown and replaced by a U.S. trained colonel who went on to torture and kill thousands. And don't forget, in 1961, the U.S. tried to overthrow the new government in Cuba in the Bay of Pigs invasion, which was an awful failure. In 1965, the U.S. invaded the Dominican Republic to crush a rebellion and install a new pro-U.S. president. The U.S. orchestrated a fascist coup in 1973 and backed counter-revolutionary and fascist regimes in Bolivia and Nicaragua. When people in Central America rose up in the 1980s against corrupt U.S.-backed tyrants, right, the U.S. funded, trained, and backed a reign of death terror squads in Honduras, Nicaragua, and El Salvador. Guess what?
What?
I was there.
Wow.
The U.S. invaded Panama in 1989, dropping bombs on poor urban neighborhoods. And in case the Haitian people hadn't suffered enough under the boot of the U.S. for decades, the CIA helped stage a bloody coup that removed popular leader Jean-Bertrand Aristide from power in 1991. Then they invaded Haiti again in 1994, and then had Aristide removed again in 2004, literally kidnapping the man and put him on a plane out of the country.
Wow.
All right. Oh, for you Obama fans? Oh, Obama and Hillary orchestrated a fascist coup in Honduras to replace a reformist elected president. They can't have reforms. Okay? And this is just a partial list. And all this was done under Republican and Democrats. And it was done in the name of democracy. You go to hell. Boo!
Oh, okay. That just all come a little over.
That's what well, we hope you learned something today. All right? I'm sure you did, because I know I did before I got here. That's why I was able to impart it to y'all.
And Miss Hughes, he did pretty good today, didn't he? He didn't go all the way off, did he?
Yes, indeed. Well, as we always tell you, destiny determines who enters your life, but you decide who stays. Therefore, value those who value you, and don't treat those as a priority.
Who treats you as an option.
Thank you for joining us on The Open Eye.
I'm Nsoromma.
I'm Patrice Gibbs.
Thanks for tuning in next Saturday. Yaga! Yaga! Yo, what's good? Thank y'all for tuning in. Our go by so fast when we start rolling. It's like crazy. I just came, and I was early today, so I'm like, yo, oh Lord. Hey yo, Nsoromma. I'm streaming all platforms. You know what I'm saying? You want to get some good music and a good sound and a good vibe, come check me out. You know what I'm saying? Hey yo, Pat.
All right. Like my man said, come check him out, because I'm a guest on one of his albums, Mr. Gibbs.
That's right.
Don't miss it. That's what it is. Hey, thank you for joining us. Hope you learned something. I know I did. And I'll be back next week to teach you some more. The Open Eye. I teach you.
And happy Juneteenth. You dig? Yaga!
Peace. Peace.